In this video, I'm going to show you how to crochet the basket weave stitch. I'm using worsted weight yarn and a 5.5mm hook. I am going up one hook size from what I normally use. Since this stitch has a lot of front post and back post double crochets, it can kind of curl a little bit on itself. So if you're a tight crocheter like myself, you may want to go up a hook size or try some swatches in different hooks to see what works for you. For the foundation chain, you're going to start with multiples of 8 and then add 4. When we're talking about multiples, that means you take any number times 8. So I'm going to take 8 times 3, which gives me 24, and then add 4, which will give me 28. So I'm going to make a slip knot and place it on my hook. And I'm going to go ahead and chain up 28. If you'd like to pause the video, I'll meet you back here after your foundation chain is complete. After your foundation chains are complete, it's time to start row number 1. Row number 1 is kind of our setup row. We're only going to be working double crochets in this row. So I'm going to start in the 4th chain from the hook. I'm going to count back 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I just like to hold my thumb right here so I can keep track of which stitch I'm going to be working in. I'm going to place a double crochet. So this is US terms that I'm using. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into that chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Do that a couple more times here. In the next chain, yarn over, insert my hook into the chain, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. I'm going to do that one more time here. In the next chain, double crochet, yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So continue to work double crochets until you reach that final chain, and I'll meet you back here to show you how to do row 2. After all of the double crochets are done for row 1, it's time to turn our work over for row 2. Row 2 is where we're going to introduce the front and back post double crochets. The first thing I'm going to do in this first stitch is chain 2 for our turning chain. And then I'm going to work front post double crochets in the next 4 stitches. So working a front post double crochet is very similar to a regular double crochet, but instead of inserting your hook into the top of that stitch like you normally would, you're going to work around the post of the stitch, so this part underneath. So we're going to be inserting our hook from the front to the back and then back out in front again. So basically you're just kind of sliding your hook underneath of that stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook underneath that stitch, yarn over and pull through, 3 loops on the hook, and you're just going to finish it out like you would a normal double crochet. So we have 3 more to do here. Yarn over, insert underneath that stitch, under that post, yarn over and pull through 2, and pull through 2. We have 2 more to do here. So yarn over, insert underneath that stitch, front to back, and then back out to front again. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2. And our last one here, yarn over, slide underneath that stitch and back out to front again. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now we're going to work back post double crochets in the next 4 stitches. And in the back post double crochet, we're going to do the opposite of what we did for the front post. We're going to be working around the stitch toward the back. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook from back to front. You're going to slide over that stitch, that post there, and go to the back again. I'll show you that again. So here's our post that we're working around. I'm going to yarn over, insert from back to front, and then around toward the back. And it might be helpful to kind of tilt your work forward a little bit so that you can see the stitch back here. I'm going to yarn over and grab my yarn and pull it up so I have 3 loops on the hook, and then I'm just going to finish that out like I would a regular double crochet. So I have 3 more of those to do here. Here's our next one. Yarn over, insert from back to front, and then around back again. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, and then pull through 2. Yarn over, back to front, and then around to the back again. Grab the yarn and pull it through. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. And our final one right here, yarn over, from back to front, through the front of that post and around back again. Grab the yarn and pull it up. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. So there are our 4 front post double crochets and then 4 back post double crochets. So for the rest of the row, you're going to continue to work 4 front post double crochets followed by 4 back post double crochets, and repeat that until you get to the end of the row. You'll have 1 row or 1 stitch left here on the end. I'll meet you back here when we get to that stitch. Now I'm at the end of row 2, and you can see how we have our alternating front post and back post double crochets. You can tell the back posts sort of have this horizontal bar across the front, and the front posts have vertical bars going down. So then we have our final stitch here on the end, which is actually our turning chain from row 1. So we're just going to place a half double crochet in that turning chain. So I'm going to yarn over, insert into the top of that turning chain, yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And if you flip the work over, you can see that it's the opposite on the other side. So where we had our front post double crochets, you can see the horizontal bar on the back side, and where you had the back post double crochets, you flip them over and you can see where we have those vertical bars on the back side. So now we're ready for row 3. For row 3, I'm going to turn my work again, and we're just going to do a repeat of what we did for row 2. So I'm going to chain up 2, and in the first 4 stitches, I'm going to work front post double crochets, working around the fronts of those posts. The front post double crochets are fairly easy to work around, but when we're doing row 3 for our back post double crochets, you might find that they're kind of hidden. So you might have to kind of pull down row 1 a bit to be able to see our posts here, and here they are. So I'm going to yarn over, insert from back to front and around back again to work our back post double crochets. Once again, you might have to pull that bottom row down a bit to be able to see the posts. Here's number 3. They do get easier as you do them. And our number 4 right here. So continue to work 4 front post double crochets followed by 4 back posts, just like you did in row 2. Until you get to the end, you will have 1 stitch left. I will meet you back here when you're finished. When you get to the end of row 3 and you have your final stitch here, you're just going to work a half double crochet into that chain 2 turning chain from the row below. So I'm just going to work top of the chain, yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 3 for our half double crochet. So every row you're going to begin with a chain 2 and end with a half double crochet. So that is the end of row 3. For row 4, turning my work over again and beginning with that chain 2. Row 4 is where we're going to switch things up a little bit. So we did 2 rows of front post, then back post. Now we're going to work our first 4 stitches as back posts. So we're going to yarn over, insert from back to front around that post, and work 4 back post double crochets. So there's 1 from back, and then around to the back again. And there's 3. And 4. So after we work our 4 back posts, we're going to do 4 front posts. So we're going to once again have to pull these stitches down just a little bit so that you can see the posts back here. And yarn over, insert from front to back around that post, and do 4 front post double crochets. And our final one here. And you're going to repeat this to the end of the row. Work 4 back post double crochets in the next 4 stitches, followed by 4 front post double crochets until you reach that end stitch, and I'll meet you back here. In that final stitch, I'm placing my half double crochet. For row 5, you're going to turn your work over again. And once again, we're just going to repeat row number 4. So I'm going to chain up 2. I'm going to work 4 back post double crochets. And then I'm going to work 4 front post double crochets. So repeat row number 4, just like we did before, until you get to the end where we work that half double crochet, and I'll meet you back here. At the end of row number 5 here, I just finished my half double crochet. And now we're going to turn our work over, and we're going to start back at row number 2. And row number 2 is where we began with the first 4 as front post double crochets. So you're going to repeat rows 2 through 5 until you have the length that you want. So you can kind of think of it as you're doing 2 rows, beginning with front post and then back post. And then your next 2 rows, you're going to begin with back post and then front post. Then you're going to continue to alternate. So you're going to repeat rows 2 through 5 until you have the length that you like. And I'm going to do one more set of these, and I'll show you what it looks like after I'm finished. After another repeat of rows 2 through 5, you can really see the woven characteristics of this stitch, which is what makes it so beautiful. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel for more crochet tutorials.